By the way, Frank Sertoy is asking, who your headmaster? Bado yuko Nyangoma.
I don't know where he went, but I hear
yes.
The people who are behind us, now the Form 3s, must have chased him out of the school.
Oh, shame.
Yes.
Shame.
They must have chased him.
Okay.
Burnt his house.
Goodness. All right, Jalas.
You know, Nyangoma had a problem, so you don't bring problems.
No.
If you bring problems, we deal with it accordingly.
My turn.
A story a day with Jeff Koinange.
St. Mary's School. You know, I was there from 19...
Your box?
Oh, 45004 Nairobi, Kenya.
Wow.
Yes.
Not a private
I was there from 1976
to
1984. So
how many years?
That's 9 years.
So you entered as a senior?
No, I entered in Standard 5 actually.
Oh, Standard 5.
Yeah, I was in Hospital Hill between Standard 1 and Standard 4. And then from Standard 5 to Form 6 was Mary's.
From?
Standard 5 to Form 6. A levels.
Oh, you did the old regime, not the 844. No. Just confirming and letting people know
we
how
did 763.
old you are.
We did 763.
You were in the old regime. So you've seen the old regime, 844, and this Matiang'i regime.
I've lived through.
Hey, Jeff, how I even tolerate you? Okay.
Can I give my story? So, you know, I always tell you how a great athlete I was. I've told you, Jalas.
You told me.
Rugby, yeah, it was big.
Football.
But
I also read it in your
football. My brother and I, we loved soccer. John Kianda. We loved soccer, man. It was football, sorry. So he played number 10, I played number 9. Right? First team. From Form 1, we were in the first 11. From Form 1 all the way to Form 6. First 11. So 1 year, 1982, pardon, I was in Form 4. No, 83. I was in Form 5. My brother was in Form 6. We were playing against Nairobi School, one of our biggest rivalries. They call themselves Patch. You know the one that was Prince of Wales before independence? It became Nairobi School. People went to Nairobi School.
Why do they call them
Patch? I don't know why. Just like Lenana was changes, right?
Changes.
Those maroons you were saying, they call themselves changes. Nairobi School
was Nyangs.
Well, was
Nyangs.
Saints was Saints. So, big rivalry, huge game. There was the last game to determine who would take the cup for the year. And it was at Nairobi School, so it was an away game. So we went with a few supporters, right? A handful. And Nairobi School showed up with their masses, filled the football field. Literally. It was, they were on every corner, in the stands everywhere. The entire school had showed up for this game. So the scores was 0-0. It was a tie all the way to like the 87th minute. And we saw, guys, this is going to get ugly. The crowd is getting more restless. They might, if this ends as a draw, they might get ugly. It might get ugly. So about 88th minute, our goalkeeper grabs the ball and he kicks it in the air. And there we are, my brother and I. So number 9, number 10, right? We see the ball coming, and it's coming, and it's coming. It lands all the way into the D. So the goalkeeper is now coming out because he's seen it as well, rival goalkeeper. Yeah. And my brother and I are going for the ball. Right? You know what's gonna happen next.
So, Neymar.
All of us, boom. We crash into each other because everybody's looking at the ball, and we all crash into each other. And I heard something go pop, and you know that sound. I got up, and the ball, it bounced. When we all clashed, the ball bounced, and I was bouncing towards the goal. I was the first one up, got up, tapped it in, right? And of course came back to celebrate. As I'm coming back, my brother gets up and we hug, right? So now we're celebrating, going to the halfway line, waiting for these guys to restart the game. As we look back, the crowd now, part of it, has run towards the goalkeeper because he's on the ground screaming. We couldn't hear this because of the noise. He's screaming, his leg he's holding his leg in the air, and the leg was just dangling just like that in the air of the goalkeeper. Fortunately, the referee blew the whistle, and we saw now the crowd, they've seen their goalkeeper. Now they've seen us, they're gonna come after us. And our coach said, guys, get in the bus now. As he's saying now, our watu wanakimbia kutoka the stands. Now they're coming after us. They said, hey, this, you've hurt our guy, you've broken his, we're going to get you. Wakanza kurusha mawe. We got in the van, vroom, took off. And of course, all the while in the back of our minds are saying, my God, what happened back there? We all clashed together. What happened? So later on, and my brother and I were what you call wanted people in town. They were looking for us to revenge what had happened. The guy had broken his leg in like 3 places. I mentioned the name in my book, by the way. He's in my book. I forgot his name. 3 places. He had to have metal and all kinds of stuff installed in his leg for many years, and he would walk with a limp. So one day I walk into an aircraft, I'm heading to Joburg, and this guy comes up to me and says, hey, you remember me? I said, I'm sorry, no I don't, but please remind me. He says, I'll give you the name, I'm so and so. You're the guys who broke my leg back in 1983. I said, you're the guy? You're the guy? I said, what do you do now? He says, I'm a prisons officer. He was a very senior prisons officer, and I had just met him on the plane. And I said, that was an accident, right? I mean, we didn't mean. He says, I knew that. I always knew that. But what happened. And I said, how's your leg now, man? How's the leg? And we sat down and we chatted for quite a while. This was like 30 years after the incident.
A story a day.
A story a day. Only on Hot 96.